You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are pure, eternal, unchanging consciousness. These are not just words. They are a doorway, a quiet opening through which you glimpse what has always been here. That which looks through your eyes, that which hears these words, that which is aware of every thought and feeling, is not the person you believe yourself to be. It is consciousness itself, infinite, formless, untouched. The body appears within it. The mind appears within it. The world appears within it. But consciousness remains silent, still, unchanging. Robert Adams often said, "There is nothing to reach, nowhere to go, nothing to become. For everything you have ever sought, you already are. You are that presence which has never moved. You are that peace which was never lost." The mind tries to understand these words. It searches for meaning, for proof, for logic. But the truth Robert pointed to cannot be grasped by thought. It can only be recognized silently, intuitively, immediately. For this consciousness you seek is what is looking right now. It is not a distant light to be found in the future. It is the light by which you are aware of this very moment. Everything is consciousness. The sky above, the ground beneath, the beating of your heart. All of it is one seamless field of awareness, expressing itself in infinite forms. The mountain is not outside of you. The ocean is not far away. The stars are not separate. Everything is arising within the same luminous presence, the one consciousness that you are. But the mind resists. It says, "Surely this can't be true. I am this person, this story, this name, this life." And yet, when you look closely, the story dissolves. You see that the I you have defended and carried for so long is only a collection of memories, ideas, and reactions, a phantom built from thought. Who is aware of these thoughts? Who is watching the changes of the mind? Who is the witness to the rise and fall of emotions, to the passing of years, to the changing body? There is something before all of this, something that has never changed. That something is you, not the person, not the mind, not the body, but the pure consciousness that has always been here, watching quietly, unaffected, free. When you were a child, that awareness was there. When you became an adult, it was still there. When joy came, it was there. When sorrow came, it was there. It never moved. It never changed. It simply witnessed, gently, lovingly, without judgment. This is who you are. Consciousness, timeless, boundless, eternal. The body is born. The body grows. The body withers. The body returns to dust. But the consciousness that knows the body was never born and will never die. It is not touched by time. It does not come or go. It is the same now as it was before the universe began. And when all forms dissolve, it remains pure and still. Robert Adams would smile softly when people asked, "How do I find this consciousness?" He would say, "You cannot find what you already are. The seeker and the sought are one. The very act of searching creates the illusion that something is missing. But look deeply now. What is truly missing? Awareness is here. Presence is here. You are here. Everything you experience arises in consciousness and returns to it. Thoughts appear like ripples on the surface of a vast ocean. Emotions rise like waves, powerful for a moment, and then fade back into stillness. But the ocean itself is never disturbed. The waves do not hurt the ocean. The clouds do not harm the sky. Likewise, nothing that happens in the world can touch your true nature. Robert would often give this image: a movie screen upon which all stories play. Tragedy, joy, laughter, war, and yet the screen remains untouched by every scene. You are that screen. You are not the movie of your life. You are the light in which it appears. To awaken is not to gain something new. It is to stop pretending you are what you are not. It is the end of confusion, not the beginning of becoming. You don't need to improve yourself to reach this truth. You simply need to stop identifying with what you are not. The thoughts, the roles, the memories, the fears. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Watch them arise and dissolve, like clouds in a boundless sky. When you no longer chase them, no longer resist them, you begin to see the space in which they appear. That space, that open awareness, is what you truly are. The ego says, "I am thinking," but look closer. Thoughts appear spontaneously. You do not create them. They come and go, and yet something is aware of them. That awareness does not move. It simply observes, silent, luminous, infinite. Robert Adams once shared a simple parable. A man dreams he is a beggar. He suffers, he starves, he feels fear. Then he wakes up in his warm bed, safe, whole, untouched. The beggar was never real. The suffering was never real. Only the dreamer existed. This world is much the same. It appears so real. The sensations, the thoughts, the drama, until you awaken to the truth that you are the dreamer, not the dream. Even now, as you listen, notice the one who is aware. Notice the silence between words. Notice that stillness that is not affected by any sound. That is consciousness. Your real nature. Everything is consciousness. The chair you sit on, the sound of your breath, the voice you hear, the thoughts passing through, all are appearances of the same single reality. The mind names things: tree, person, mountain, ocean. But before the word, before the label, there is only perception, only awareness, perceiving itself. This is why Robert Adams said, "The world is not an illusion, in the sense that it doesn't exist. It exists as appearance, as the play of consciousness appearing as everything. Look at a tree without naming it. See it as pure shape, color, and light. Now notice the awareness in which the tree appears. That awareness and the tree are not two. They are one. Consciousness, perceiving consciousness. There is no separation. There never was. The you who observes and the world that is observed are the same essence, reflections in one infinite mirror. When this is seen, fear dissolves. For how can consciousness fear itself? How can what is infinite be threatened by its own expression? When you see that everything is consciousness, there is nothing outside of you that can harm you. When you realize that everything is consciousness, judgment fades away. Right and wrong lose their sharp edges. You see that all beings act from the same source, the same consciousness, expressing itself in different forms. And when you see this, compassion arises naturally, not as effort, but as understanding. When you realize that everything is consciousness, the endless chase for fulfillment ends. Desire loses its urgency because there is nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Everything you sought has always been here, within the awareness that you are. Robert Adams did not teach a philosophy to believe in. He invited us into direct experience. He said, "Do not add this truth to your mind as another idea. Look directly at what is real. Look at your hand, a flower, a piece of music. Before the mind names it, what is it? Just awareness aware of itself. The form and the perceiver are one movement of consciousness. This realization is not mystical. It is not far away. It is the most natural thing in the world. It is what has been here all along, the background of every experience. You have spent your life searching for peace, for happiness, for freedom. But what you truly seek is yourself, the self that is beyond the person, beyond the story. You seek peace because your essence is peace. You seek love because your essence is love. You seek freedom because you have never been bound. The mind tells you that you are incomplete. It creates a story of insufficiency, of separation. It says you must become more, achieve more, know more. But Robert Adams gently smiled and said, "You are already whole. You are already complete. Before any thought arises, you exist. Before any experience begins, you are. Before any question forms, you are here, aware, silent, still. This I am, simple, direct, wordless, is consciousness itself. Do not try to hold it. Do not try to define it. Just rest as it. Be that which you already are." Robert Adams once said, "Silence is the language of God. Everything else is a poor translation. In that silence, there is understanding beyond words. In that silence, there is peace that cannot be disturbed. In that silence, you recognize yourself. The mind will continue to create thoughts. Emotions will come and go. The world will keep changing. But your true self, consciousness, remains forever untouched. Like the sky, you are not disturbed by the clouds that pass through. Like the ocean, you are not troubled by the waves that rise and fall. Like space, you are never harmed by what appears within you. You are that infinite, still, aware." Robert Adams used to end his gatherings with a simple phrase, "Be still, and know that you are." No effort is needed. No struggle, no becoming, just being, quietly, lovingly. Now, you are the silence behind all sound. You are the stillness beneath all movement. You are the awareness within which all experience arises and fades. There is nothing to fix. There is nothing to improve. You were never broken. You were never lost. As Robert said, there is nothing wrong with you. There never was. You are perfect exactly as you are, because you are consciousness, and consciousness cannot be imperfect. So stop searching, stop striving, rest in the simplicity of being, and see everything you have ever looked for was never outside of you. It was here, in the stillness of this very moment, in the quiet recognition, I am. Let the mind dissolve into that silence. Let the heart open into that peace. Let awareness rest in itself. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to know, just this quiet presence that never leaves. You are consciousness. You are the one reality manifesting as all things. You are infinite being, untouched, eternal. Remember this, not as belief, but as direct knowing. Everything is consciousness. Everything has always been consciousness, and that consciousness is you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, not with the mind, but with the heart, with the stillness that you are. May the peace that Robert Adams lived be recognized in your own heart. May you rest in your true nature, and may you always awaken to the silence within.